Okay, y'all want them to pay more, but the fans have to do the same thing they do for the NBA.
Right.
You got to show support. You got to show up. You got to buy jerseys. You got to buy shoes. You got to do that. They're starting to do that now. But I have a solution for that, and nobody's going to like my solution.
I'm here.
In women's beach volleyball, let's just say that the net is 10. For women, it's lower just a little bit. I'm not saying lower it to 9, 5, 9, 6, but just 9, 9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes.
No.
No, see?
I feel like it still would change.
I'm telling you.
I don't think
what?
so.
Bro, you dunking and getting, man, trust me, it'll change.
But I still think she need to do OnlyFans, like Shaq said. She need to dunk in her panties.
Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed queen of college basketball, has found herself in yet another fit of outrage after Shaquille O'Neal destroyed her. Shaq had the audacity to praise Caitlin Clark in the WNBA's meteoric rise, leaving Reese feeling like the party crasher at her own parade.
She don't look like a dude. Like she's trying to brand outside of basketball.
That's
Yeah, like
brother.
I'm a woman. I like men.
Tapping into that whole side. She tapping into that whole side of it.
It's a WNBA player to look like me and you. So she's trying to make it seem
more
like
girly.
Yeah.
The WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick. I don't even know my salary. 74? Okay. Yo! I'm living me.
Shaq didn't hold back on Angel, calling her out for obsessing over online critics. He sarcastically suggested that replying to trolls was somehow her life's mission, reminding her that these haters are only talking because she's got the spotlight. His subtle message to Angel was keep working, but don't expect miracles overnight.
What would you want to see me in?
I want to see you in like more clothes.
And you know what? This is exactly the kind of IC we needed to keep women's basketball spicy. Let's dive into the delicious chaos, shall we?
And you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. I'm telling you, you just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell? Clothes? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
God.
Them same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
Angel Reese's reaction to Shaq's recent comments is a masterclass in missing the point. When the Hall of Famer praised Caitlin Clark in the WNBA's newfound glory, he wasn't exactly throwing shade at Reese or anyone else. In fact, he was celebrating the entire league, highlighting how players like A.A. Wilson, Sabrina ECU, and yes, Ree herself have elevated women's basketball to a level of competition that's impossible to ignore. But for Reese, who spent much of the past year playing the role of the misunderstood underdog, Shaq's words felt like a personal betrayer.
I think Angel Reese want to sell. Yeah, I think Angel Reese really don't want to play basketball. I think she want to sell.
Nah.
You look at the way she dressed. She don't want to play basketball. She want to hoe. She got that hoe spirit. Is she a basketball player? Don't know about this. Don't no woman play basketball. No boy don't no real one shoot no hoop. They learn home economics.
No, they lear home economic. Now let's break this down. Shaq is a straight shooter, pun intended, when he says the WNBA players play harder than the men. He's not wrong. The league's dedication to fundamentals, defense, and team play is a refreshing contrast to the NBA's increasingly one-dimensional obsession with three-point shooting. Shaq even went so far as to criticize the NBA's declining attendance, contrasting it with the WNBA's record-breaking season. For Reese, though, the real crime wasn't Shaq's critique of the men's game. It was his unapologetic celebration of Caitlin Clark.
Workers for the NBA. Yeah, the WNBA should be workers for the NBA. Yeah, that way, them got to deal with fans that can set them up and entrap them. Yeah, let them whole travel with the NBA team and alongside when they get through playing basketball. Them hoes. Y'all give a damn about the WNBA, and now I'm playing.
Let's not pretend this rivalry between Clark and Reese is anything new. Their NCAA championship showdown last year was the stuff of sports legend, with Clark's jaw-dropping scoring feats and Reese's unapologetic taunts creating a narrative that media outlets couldn't resist. But while Clark used that moment as a springboard to greater heights, Ree has seemed stuck in time, unable or unwilling to move on from her college glory days. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, has been busy making history. Her All-Star Game performance wasn't just impressive, it was transformative, with over 3.4 million viewers tuning in. The game shattered records and proved that women's basketball is no longer a niche interest. Clark's charisma, combined with her undeniable skill, has turned her into a global icon. She's the player fans can't stop watching, the face of a league that's finally being taken seriously. And for Reese, that's a hard pill to swallow. Let's not forget that Shaq's comments weren't just about Clark. He made it clear that the WNBA success is a team effort fueled by a depth of talent that the league has never seen before. Players like A.A. Wilson, who continues to dominate on both ends of the court, and Sabrina Ionescu, whose versatility has made her a fan favorite, are just as integral to the WNBA's rise as Clark. But while those players seem content to let their games speak for themselves, Reese appears more interested in chasing headlines because of women's basketball. Whenever you think of Angel Reese, people often mention Caitlin
Clark. You've said in interviews there's no
beef, but the media keeps going on. This is your platform, so how do you feel about that situation? I think just being able to be in that moment of happening, you never realize how something can really change your life. And knowing my 5 fingers and my other finger pointing at my hand could literally have changed my life for like forever is crazy. Take for instance her reported frustration with the media's fixation on Clark instead of celebrating
league success as a collective achievement.
Reese has doubled down on the narrative that she's being overlooked. It's a curious stance for someone who's had no short of attention since her NCAA championship antics. If anything, Reese has been one of the most talked about players in women's basketball, but not always for the right reasons. Meanwhile, Clark's approach couldn't be more different. She's not interested in petty feuds or manufactured drama. Her focus is on the game, and it shows whether she's draining logo threes or dishing out no-look assists. Clark has an uncanny ability to make the impossible look routine, and that's exactly why she's become the face of the WNBA. Fans don't tune in to see who's throwing shade on social media, they tune in to see greatness, and Clark delivers it in spades. Let's not get it twisted. I'm Angel all day. Like, I don't want people to turn it one way and then she think I'm turning my back on her. What makes this whole situation even more ironic is that Reese and Clark are essentially fighting for the same cause. Both players have been instrumental in bringing women's basketball into the mainstream, proving that the sport deserves the same respect and recognition as its male counterpart. But while Clark has embraced her role as a trailblazer, Reese seems more focused on maintaining her status as the league's resident drama queen. And let's talk about Shaw's broader point for a moment. His critique of the NBA wasn't just a nostalgic lament for the good old days. It was a wake-up call. The modern NBA's over-reliance on 3-0 shooting has made the game predictable, if not downright boring. In contrast, the WNBA's emphasis on fundamental strategy and pure hustle has made it a breath of fresh air for Shaq. The WNBA's rise isn't just a feel-good story, it's proof that basketball at its core is still a game of skill and heart. She can't be rookie year cause all she do is do the flip shots, just remember all that they say. Reese's tantrum, if we can call it that, is a distraction from what really matters. The WNBA is on the cusp of something extraordinary, and players like Clark are leading the charge. The league's record-breaking viewership, attendance, and merchandise sales are proof that fans are paying attention. But for this momentum to continue, the focus needs to stay on the court, not on off-court drama. It's worth noting that Reese has the potential to be one of the WNBA's brightest stars. Her talent is undeniable, and her fiery personality has made her a polarizing but compelling figure. But for Reese to truly cement her legacy, she'll need to shift her focus. Rivalries and theatrics might grab headlines, but they won't sustain a career. Consistency, discipline, and a willingness to evolve, that's what separates the greats from the merely good. You think people love Caitlin Clark, besides of skill, she can shoot threes from logo. We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid like Steph Curry. I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Cause I've never seen that before. As for Caitlin Clark, she's already proved that she belongs in the conversation with the all-time greats. Her impact on the game goes beyond statistics. She's changed the way people perceive women's basket. Clark has shown that the sport isn't just worth watching, it's worth celebrating, and that's a
legacy no amount of
rivalry can tarnish. In the end, Shaq's comments weren't an attack on Angel Reese, they were a celebration of a league that's finally getting its due. But Reese's reaction is a reminder that not everyone is ready for the spotlight to shine on someone else. Caitlin Clark may be shocking the WNBA with her talent and breaking records left and right, but Reese's response, that's the real shocker. If she's not careful, she'll find herself on the outside looking in while the rest of the league moves forward. Caitlin plays the right way. I saw it. She makes the right play every time. Not all the time. She makes her teammates better. She shoot the ball. She's a great player. Now let's talk about this Athlete of the Year thing. Time magazine gives that award to athletes who actually made a significant impact on their sport, got people talking, and inspired the masses. Clark absolutely ticks those boxes. She led Iowa to the national championship game, becoming the face of college
basketball in the process.
She has a Nike deal that makes the rest of the WNBA look like they are still negotiating for free gear. She's a scoring machine. She's breaking records for assists, and she's been on every media outlet known to man. In other words, she's literally the definition of Athlete of the Year, at least according to Time magazine. Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball, playing up in him in quite some time. But Angel Reese is out here like, excuse me, did you forget about me, huh? Twitter's buzzing, her Instagram's popping, and it's clear she's not just taking a backseat to Clark's fame. No, Reese has thoughts, and they are not exactly positive. If you've been following Reese's social media over the past year, you know she's got a knack for stirring up drama. With a smile, she knows how to push buttons, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Sure, Reese respects Clark's game, but don't expect her to sit around in silence while Clark gets the entire spotlight. Reese
isn't about that.
Life. Women's basketball is entering its golden era, and there's room for everyone if they are willing to rise to the occasion. The question is, will Angel Reese seize the moment or let it slip through her fingers? Only time will tell. For now, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark, the player who's turned the WNBA into must-see TV, and whether Reese likes it or not, that's a game she can't win with tantrums alone.